it, everyone? So, today is Tuesday morning, and I am waiting for the streetcar. As always, I am waiting towards BTC. This is pretty much almost every single day of my week. I do take the streetcar downtown Toronto. I think pretty much from that you can figure out, for the most part, just exactly where I live. So I'm not going to be handing out my address just anytime soon. But I kind of wanted, there was something that was lingering in my mind over the last few days, and it's kind of been coming up quite a lot recently with, as far as in conversations with a lot of my friends and a lot of acquaintances and a lot of people, and it mostly has to do with university and whether or not you should go, what you should take, what it will be worth it, whether university is for you in the first place, or if college is something you should take into consideration. And right now, the reason I'm bringing this conversation up is because I am waiting for the streetcar to go to school. I'm in my third year university, and I can tell you this much. It's not for everyone. University and school is not for everyone. It definitely, as much as parents want us all to go to school and go to university and be successful, many of them will not tell you whether or not you're ready to go to school. Again, for another 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, depending on what you're going into and depending on your degree. I was lucky enough that I kind of last minute pretty much discovered what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go. And I applied to both college and universities. And a lot of people have been asking me questions about what they should do, what they should go into, whether it'd be worth it or not to even go into school, whether it would be worth it to wait a year and take it off. And that was one of the difficult choices that one of my friends had chosen, or had to make, and she chose to actually go and live in England, London, England, for a year. And that, I was so proud of her, and so it was very brave of her to pretty much pick up her stuff, pick up her life, make as much money as she could, and fly to a country all by herself. And I was extremely proud of her because pretty much she was living the dream that I wanted to, and I've always wanted to go to London, so I was uber jealous of that. But as far as when it comes to school and going to university, it is not easy. I can tell you that. It's not for everybody. And I might have to just continue this conversation later, just because the streetcar is almost here. It's not for everyone. It is tough, whether it's school, whether it's university, whether it's college. It's tough, and it's a lot of money. You guys, whether your parents are paying for it, or whether you're paying for it, whether you're getting help from the government, whatever the situation may be, school is definitely not for everyone. And whether your parents are paying for it, or you're paying for it, whoever's paying for it should decide what you're doing as far as it comes to school, unless it's your decision. I know it's tough, especially because a lot of people out there respect their parents, and you don't want to go against your parents' decision, and you think that they know best, but sometimes parents don't know best, and that's kind of tough to admit, and sometimes it's tough to stand up to them and tell them what you want to do. And I think that's how I've gained a lot of my own mother's respect, is just being honest with her and telling her exactly what I wanted and what I wanted to do. And when it came to school, it was kind of a happy accident. I'm not gonna lie. I discovered the art university that I go to now, and I fell into photography in the last 2 years of my high school career, pretty much. And that's kind of what saved me. And it was kind of awesome it's very awesome to now go to a school where I feel like for the first time in a long time, I'm kind of included, and I'm definitely going somewhere where I feel like nothing I say is weird. And as an art student, I think a lot of people out there may understand. A lot of artists and art students and art people may understand that feeling. But it definitely was the right choice for me. It is still tough for me now, just because school has definitely not been easy all my life at all. Not maybe the social aspect of it, but just the learning aspect. It is tough for me, and it is tough for me to sit down with a book and read. I don't study. I've almost barely studied over the last 4 years. School, which I shouldn't be saying, but I've barely studied, and it definitely reflects in my grades. I could have done a lot better in high school, and I probably could have done a lot better over the last 3 years in university. But as far as school goes, it's definitely not for everybody. And it's something you got to really think about. And at the age of 16, 15, 16, 17, it's tough to really decide what you're going to do with the rest of your life. And 9 times out of 10, you really don't have a clue what you want to do with the rest of your life. So don't beat yourselves up for it, guys. But as far as that goes, I keep checking this regard. People are curious to what the hell I'm doing. I'm going to school. That's what I'm doing. And I'm going to tell you, probably going to continue this later, just add a few more thoughts in. But definitely university is not for everybody. College is not for everybody. 4 years of education, another 4 years of education is not for everyone. I'm struggling. It's definitely tough. People think that art school is any easier than the typical school, and for some people it could be. For some people it can be really easy, and for some people it's not. It's not any easier than a typical university, whether you're going in for English or science or math or whatever the situation may be. It doesn't get any easier. It's still school. It's still assignments. It's still writing papers and essays and all that jazz. So it's definitely not any easier. But when it comes to the workload and all that, it's not any easier, and it doesn't really change between university for science or university for art. I am in photography, so it's people even question now whether that is even an art, especially once you play in Photoshop and all that. That's a whole nother discussion. But as far as, again, going another 4 years, I mean, I'm already buckling. I definitely want out, and I don't want to be in school anymore. At the age of that I am, I don't want to be. I definitely don't want to be told what to do anymore, and I'm definitely getting tired of it. But I've already gone 3 years in. I've already done 3 years in, and another year of school, year and a half, barely even a year and a half, is not going to kill me. And I know that graduating will make my mother proud, and I am doing this, a big part of this for her. And that's, at the end of the day, a lot of us just want to make our parents proud. Yeah, is there anything else I want to mention? Really think about, and really go to school for what you like. And I know that's tough, because it's tough to find something to go to school that you really like specifically, but there's a lot out there now. And days as far as it comes to college and universities, they pretty much do you can just about go to school for anything, whether it's music, whether it's art, whether it's photography, whatever it is, whatever the case may be. You can pretty much go to school for about anything nowadays, so that may be something else you guys want to consider. Do a lot of research. That's the one thing I was lucky enough that the school kind of pretty much did that for me. My high school did it for me. But I really, literally kind of, it fell in front of me, and I figured out the university that I want to go to within about 5 seconds. And I was lucky enough to actually get in, and I almost didn't get in, and that almost killed me freshman in the first place. That's a whole other story. If anyone's interested to hear it, maybe I'll make another video about it. But think about what you like and go to school for what you like. Definitely think about that. Streetcar coming. It is raining today. The weather is pathetic. It is the end. Okay, I'm gonna talk a lot about the weather. I really obsess about the weather and checking the weather and seeing how cold it is and how warm it is outside. It is the end of January and it is pouring rain. And right now, well, the last time I checked the weather, it was about 12 degrees. 12 degrees in the middle of, or the end of January in Canada in Toronto. So for all of you that think it snows here all year round, guess what, sweethearts? It doesn't. It is a hot mess outside today, just like it was yesterday, and you know what, and this time I was brought an umbrella, and I'm wearing a lighter coat. I'm still not wearing the right shoes. I'm still not wearing the right, there you go. I'm still wearing the wrong shoes, but, oh god, this weather is gonna kill me. And I already feel a cold coming on, so it just might. Anyways, guys, I will probably make a little chit chat about school. If you guys have any questions, if anyone has any questions, whether it comes to art university, to photography, to picking school, to anything about university, just shoot me a message and I'll definitely reply to it. It took a big part of me in high school, the end of my high school career, my grade 12 year, I wasn't going to go to university or college. I wasn't going to do either, and I just wasn't ready for it. And for some people, they aren't just ready for it, and I definitely wasn't. So it's not easy. It's not an easy decision. Don't beat yourself up about it. I've had enough adults and parents tell me that I have a lot of random conversations with a lot of people, with a lot of random strangers. It's a part of my job, big time. I've had a lot of people come up to me and say, you know what, good job that you chose what you chose to go to school for. You chose to go to school for something you like. And I had a conversation with this couple once, and this woman works for, I think, a company, and her husband did something, I think, in a high school or worked at a high school or something, and he told me, and they both told me, she was talking about when she looks at a resume, she doesn't care where you've graduated from, just as long as you've got people skills and you can do the job, that's all that matters. And sometimes, yes, the education does require that, but if you're going into any type of, I don't know, social interaction jobs, I guess, where you're working with people, you just gotta have really good people skills, and sometimes that's all people are looking for. Now I've realized how long I've been standing out here, and it's making me quite depressed that it's so right here, and I'm gonna be late. Oh god. This sucks. See you guys.